what we've got to make a decision on, I think we've made a decision at the Game Authority, is do you just enforce the law? And the persons, as I told you last time, responsible for enforcing law to utilize the Prevention of Gambling Act is the police. It means that you'll have to, I suspect, have a second police force, because you have to go and shut down all of the gaming houses, all of the gaming shops, right? Because the activity will be considered unlawful, and then they'll take you to the court, and they may have an injunction, and then they'll be able to operate without us having the ability to monitor them.
Really?
Yes, because if the court gives an injunction, you can be in contempt of court to stop you from preventing you from. Then they'll continue operating with you not being able to monitor, do whatever you have to do for them, and then we have chaos, because then our movement towards the fourth round will be in jeopardy. So we've looked at it and said, look, what we need to do is attempt to regularize those that we think can work within the society. So we minimize the amount that we need to have or deal with in terms of restriction. Okay? That way we can move forward and be able to monitor them and supervise them to ensure that we can reduce any kind of harm that may be there, and we can ensure that the type of gambling that is done is responsible, where they are accountable for everything that they do. You understand? And at the same time, where we can have the communities in which they are involved in the monitoring of those organizations. I'll give you a simple example. People will come in and give us report that, you know, there's a betting shop that is next to a church or next to a school, and we know that in terms of zoning that they're not supposed to be there. Now that the system has been placed this way that we can deal with betting shops, we'll tell them, you know what I mean, you can't have a betting shop next to school, you can't have it next to a church. There's a standard stipulation which we have prepared in our as I tell you, the code of conduct and the operational measures that you have to operate with once you have your license, which indicates some of the do's and the don'ts.
Which means, and of course, viewers, we only have a few more minutes left. Which means you're also working closely with the Central Planning Housing Authority.
We work with every person, every single entity that we feel will be is important to our work. We are prepared to enter into MOUs, right? Memorandum of Understanding, where we operate together to ensure that the gaming activity is done in a very, very responsible way.
This is interesting. So in the event that before all of this, where you had people just operating willy-nilly, and viewers, we know very well this is not only in this sector. There are so many things and sectors in Guyana that people did what they felt like and thought it was okay. But in a case whereby, for example, someone has a betting shop, casino, whatever you want to call it, next to a church or a school, and it's been there for years, what has to happen now? They would have to...
It will have to change. All those situations will have to change. There's a situation where an exemption can be given, but it has to be in a very, 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 very what should I say? It has to be a
for an exemption, right, to be given.
It has to be.
You'll be opening up a can of worms.
No, it has to be in a situation where maybe a substantial element of investment or something has to be involved in it.
Whereby you're contributing to society in some way.
Yes, in some way. It has to be, right? But the rule is that they're not supposed to be close to churches or schools.
Okay, all right.
But you see, as you said before, people just did what they wanted to do.
Exactly, willy-nilly.
Now we are here, and we are facing a dilemma, because we are trying to do what is right. We try to enforce the system the way it is supposed to be. And we're finding problems with persons because of that. We recognize that because of the system as was set up before, it took us almost something like about 6 to sometimes 18 months to deal with an application properly if the persons didn't submit the right information. Now with the system with the BED and the PhDs, which are the forms, it can take between 2 weeks to 6 months, depending on the organization. for us to ensure that we close off all the information and be able to issue them the certificate of good standing.
Okay, yeah, very interesting.
Okay?
In just the very, we have about maybe a minute or two left. I'd want to give you an opportunity once again to let people know that the Gaming Authority is here, what is happening, and how they can proceed in their, for their potential business ventures where the gaming sector is concerned.
Okay. The Gaming Authority is located at 252 South Road, Border. It's a three-story building right next door to iPad. You can't miss it. It's a nice light brown building. Now, the telephone number there is 225-4446. You can call to get onto the staff. What we're trying to do here is to ensure that the type of gaming that we're having in Guyana is the type of responsible gaming that is necessary, the type of gaming that in which we will try to minimize harm to persons, right, as they game, because there are a number of rules that are in place for that, right? And for all of the persons who are interested in getting into the sector, if you are going into the betting shop area, you will have to come to us first before you can approach the GRE, because you have one of the documents you have to present to GRE is our certificate and or the letter of good standing from us, which you have to give to GRE. Okay, even before you go to pay your deposit at the Ministry of Finance, you also have to present a copy of that letter there.
Okay.
So that ensures that they know that we have checked and we have confirmed that you are a fit and proper person to carry out the activity.
All right. Perfect.
Okay?
Thank you very much, Mr. Moore. We're going to have to leave it there for now, viewers. Of course, this has been a conversation with the Chief Executive Officer of the Gaming Authority. Again, this is his second appearance here. And he will be back as they continue to progress and put proper measures in place and try to enforce the law as best as they possibly can where the gaming sector is concerned. That's all the time we have with you on this edition. I am Malika Ramsey. Thank you so much for joining us.